Hey everybody, Rob Alvey with Theme Park Review here, and we are back at IAAPA. This is the trade show for everything theme park, roller coaster, amusement related. We're going to go inside the trade show floor here, talk to some of the industry professionals, get their take on what is happening in the amusement business. Are you guys ready? Let's go check it out. What do you feel are the biggest trends in the industry right now?
New wooden coasters and old wooden coasters.
I would have to say interactive rides in general.
It's got to be media-based dark rides.
Everybody is, and we say it every year, everybody's looking for something that everybody can do together.
We think that it is water, and in the water park area, in the theme park, it's going water, water, and water.
We don't follow trends. I think we just do what we like.
I think the biggest trends right now are a lot of the parks are looking for still the high thrill ride.
Wood coasters are a big trend, and so we've jumped on that market.
Family-oriented attractions, and water never goes bad.
If you could build any ride you wanted and there were no restrictions, what would you build?
Oh, I would build the Shenzhen OCT ride as a racer with maybe a slightly bigger first drop and maybe some better placed tunnels and some LEDs on the trains, and try to get a music system that works like was tried on Terminator, and maybe have fireworks shooting off of it the whole time.
I would love to build a dueling full throttle because full throttle is so awesome. The only way it'd be better is to have another one side by side with it racing along the track.
I would like to bring the launch system on a water ride.
I can honestly tell you our new 4D free spin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No question about it. A wood coaster.
I'd build the world's tallest wooden coaster with the world's steepest drop.
Zombie apocalypse. I mean, absolutely would. This is actually my dream ride.
I would build a ride with a lot of acceleration sections.
I think we like the ride we built. It does not need to be long, tall. It needs to have character.
I would build a ride with a tilt on it. A lot of airtime.
I'd put a wooden coaster on the moon.
I love that. Coasters on the moon, yes.
We've got our software, just in case, we've got our software developed to work with 1/6 gravity.
What is the craziest idea anyone has asked you to build?
Probably a Christmas dark ride for China.
I had a Japanese man ask if we could build a duplicate of Marilyn Monroe that would stand in his bedroom and lean over and kiss him on the forehead to wake him up in the morning.
Son of Beast.
Basically a coaster built on elevation, no physical connections.
My wife asked me to build a deck on the back of my house.
A jumping roller coaster with no track.
The one that we thought would not have legs at all, that we thought was absolutely crazy, was doing a complete loop.
I don't think I was ever asked a crazy idea.
Have a ride which is 250 meter high.
Nobody's asked me anything crazier than I've proposed.
Interchanging tunnels, where a double-track coaster will go through tunnels, crisscrossing each other, and then coming back to the station and actually having a quick switch that switches them over to the other side, and they go out and do it again.
If I look out on the whole history of since I've been with Vekoma, is that the tilt coasters are some of the craziest idea we ever built.
We actually had someone who talked to us about raising a ride up on balloons, giant balloons, but being able to operate while being suspended by giant balloons. Not kidding.
Every week we get at least one call that it's like way out in La La Land, and you just, hey, but we build a lot of them, A lot of times people are out in La La Land and they bring a huge box of money.
Would you rather be an elephant or a cheetah?
I have a horrible memory, so I'm going to go with elephant. I would love to be an elephant and be able to remember what I did yesterday.
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely a cheetah.
I am kind of an elephant, and I have always dreamed about being a cheetah, so I would have to say cheetah.
I'd rather be a cheetah. How about an elephant with a cheetah head? Cheetah, definitely.
Cheetah.
I'd rather be a cheetah.
A cheetah.
A cheetah.
Oh, definitely a cheetah.
Let's go with cheetah.
An elephant.
I've never wanted to be an elephant in my life.
Under, that's it. Easy peasy.
Wait till it goes faster.
Hey, nice, now
yeah.
you did it. That's it.
Sorry, that was my fault. Watch out!
What projects can we look forward to from you guys in the near future?
Now we can look forward to the number 50 Boomerang.
Right.
So it's a kind of a jubileum for that ride.
That's cool.
I think it's never been happened that so many rides of one type has been sold.
Right.
Then, as probably people know, we are building this one in Russia.
Yep.
The Sochi. We are just finishing off Seven Dwarfs here in Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
What else do we have? We have some indoor rides in the Ukraine, which we are building up right now. One special one is it is a copy of Kvasten in Grønland, but then in a mall, indoor.
Oh, cool.
So it's one of the biggest indoor rides.
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's aware of the 2014 rides that we're doing with Six Flags. You know, the upcoming rides are just going to keep pushing the envelope, a little crazier, a little bigger. You know, certainly longer rides. We like that. So I want to get my hands on a good ride that people can go on for a long time.
Well, we have two groundbreakings next year. Early next year, we have Atlanta and we have Florida. Florida is going to be the tallest roller coaster in the world, and Atlanta is going to be the third tallest roller coaster in the United States at over 325 feet tall. So we're very excited about those two projects.
What can you tell us about the Florida coaster? Where's that one going to go?
I can't release the location exactly because the customer will do their own release in 2 weeks, but I can tell you it's the tallest coaster in the world. It's going to be over 8,000 feet of track length, and it's a polar coaster that's over 525 feet tall.
Well, one that we're just about to launch is for Norwegian Cruise Lines, and that's where we're taking an aqua loop, a ride that in the early days we didn't know if it was even possible to accomplish it. But the aqua loop does a full vertical loop off the side of the ship.
Wow.
So in fact, you're 130 feet above water level. That's a huge amount of fun. One in stateside, for example, we just signed a contract with Camelback.
Okay.
And that one we're introducing a number of new products there, Aquasphere, a Manta. Both of those are family 6 rides, in other words, a raft with 6 people in them. That'll be tremendously exciting with those new products.
Well, this is the most exciting news of the show. MVR is in the process of altering the landscape in China.
Okay.
How are we doing that? Well, we've already got 3 wood coasters done, and we now have 4 new contracts for 4 additional wood coasters.
Wow.
3 opening in 2014 and 1 February 1st of 2015.
Can you talk about what parks any of those new wooden coasters are going into?
Yes, I can. 3 of them are going to Fantawild Parks.
Okay.
One of them to the park in Suzhou, and one of them into the park in Jinan, and one to the park in Wuhu, which was their original park, by the way. We also have one going to the Hatgo Park, which is being built near Shenyang.
Who's going to be working as the designer on those coasters?
Gravity Group has done all 4 of them.
I think you know that we are opening Banshee next year
Yep.
in the US. We have also rides opening in Europe and in Asia, and I will not tell you more.
We're involved with a lot of really, really exciting add-on attractions to the best water parks in the world. We're also brainstorming on some of the newest best water parks in the world. Never been this excited about the way the industry is moving. So to be honest with you, we're on fire, and we like being on fire right now.
We have the Goliath at Six Flags in Chicago, Mexico City job, the Medusa roller coaster. So beyond that, we have new rides. We're booked. I can't tell you what they are right now.
You guys are fully booked, you said, right?
We're fully booked.
Excellent. I love to hear that. That's like the best news of the show. Rocky Mountain, fully booked.
Rocky Mountain is booked, and we're going to have to expand our shops, our industry, because we're going to have to produce more rides.
Obviously, Sochi for the Winter Olympics has our new 20-seat tower ride, 70 meters tall. The El Loco right here for Adventure Dome and Circus, and would open the end of January. And then we've signed a project in New Jersey at the new mall out there.
Okay.
Those will be the 3, and then we've got several projects in China. Sungzi with a launch coaster and a tower ride.
Well, you know, we always have that list of things we can't talk about, but the things we can talk about, obviously the Knott's mine ride just got announced, and we did the log ride rehab for them and put about 70 figures in there, and we've got about 70 or so figures that are going into the mine ride, and a lot of new scenes. We're going to keep the same look and feel of the attraction, but we're really, really excited about it because it was one of the things. I used to ride that when I was a little kid with my parents, you know, and it means a lot to me, really. And we want to keep the historical factuality of it and also make it entertaining, informative, and educational, and, you know, something that completely redone, new, fresh life into it. So I think that's going to be cool. And we've got other projects all over the world. We're working on, you know, a few projects with some of the large theme park, you know, companies, as well as, you know, working in China and Korea and elsewhere. So things are looking good.
Cool. Singing mushrooms?
Singing mushrooms. Well, you know, those are the iconic singing mushrooms that, you know, with the frog playing the piano, and those 5 mushrooms were, they want them to come back, and we're honored to be able to bring them back. And you know, it was something that meant a lot to people in the good old days. And hey, I think they should be there, and we're honored to be the ones asked to bring them back and make them live again and sing again, you know.
So everybody knows that we're going to be open our Arthur ride in our park.
Yep.
So it's going to be a huge new development. Further, we have the big double launch Helix ride for Liseberg, and also a gravity-driven airtime ride for Nikoland.
In any case, projects in Asia, especially in China.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. That's the biggest market in the past, and also I think in the near future.
You're actually, from Premier Rides, going to see a lot of activity over the next 12 to 18 months. And you're going to see a lot of existing type rides, kind of rebranded, but also some very new type technologies coming out that I think are going to knock people's socks off.
What ride concept do you guys offer that you wish more parks would buy into?
Well, of course, now that we go upside down, we want everybody to buy those.
Our fourth dimension, seriously. I mean, I know it's been pricey, but people need to understand we've now provided an inexpensive option.
I don't have any.
They've bought into all of them, haven't they?
Pretty much so far, yeah. Anything that I've proposed, even though it takes some time, a little bit of struggle to get them to see the light, been pretty successful at getting everything that we've pushed through. So
The ride concept, what we offer is more a total experience. We try to come up with combinations of rides. If, for instance, you have a ride with forwards, backwards rides, with a launch, with a piece of dark ride, to give you a more unique experience. It doesn't need to be a traditional coaster.
Well, we have some really unique interactive dark ride ideas, and we're in fact, we just talked to a gentleman here just this afternoon about one, and we've got some really interesting things. We kind of opened a design division several years ago, and it's becoming more active in the design of dark rides, basically, and we've really got some interesting attraction designs, and we love people to take a look at them.
You know, everything that we offer, they're buying into it. So every idea we come up with, the parks are buying. We're just really lucky.
So they bought it all.
They've bought in what we've proposed. They've bought.
Well, we like to build rides that are in small footprints, like the Polar Coaster and the Sky Spire. But since our rides are so new, development and adoption is always a bit slower.
Oh, for sure, the high five.
I agree.
For sure, the high five is so unique an element, and you know, when you see it, it's so exciting, and when you ride it, maybe it's a different level of excitement, but it just delivers. You know, it's wonderful.
We like the flying coaster, we like the dive coaster, we like the hyper coaster, the wing coaster. So every ride is different, and again, it's a question for the park to choose the right coaster for them.
the one model we have shown here right now. So this is a concept. I would like also see our traditional ride like the water coaster.
Yep.
So because a lot of clients, in my point of view, are still afraid to deal with the water and all the management from the water, but I guess these kind of water rides is in every park one of the most popular rides at the end. So.
Actually, one of my favorites that has always been my favorite is the terrain following coaster, which Premier started when we worked with Paramount Parks on the Italian job rides. Those rides are just such great experiences that I think more parks, especially those with interesting topography, should take advantage of topography, take advantage of high-speed opportunities with propulsion systems, and really push it to the limit.
What has been your favorite ride proposal that never got built?
Probably at Silverwood Theme Park, we've proposed a ride, and we will build it someday. And we're really excited. We really want to build that ride, but cool. It's never been built.
In Dubai, 2008, we were working on an Ironman project with our basically a Free Fly X, which is right behind you.
Right. That's the one, huh?
That's the one. That's where that got birthed from. And for 4 years now, I've kind of had that in the back of my head. And you can tell it has an Ironman quality to it, but that's the one that got away.
Possibly some things we did for Alton Towers years ago. And we still would love to see Alton Towers put in a wood coaster, and I know a lot of people would. Yep. And we did some proposals a couple times, actually. One was CCI, and then another one after we started the Gravity Group. And it was really unique. There was good terrain, had a couple different special features, and it would have been a really fun one to do.
We've done some 1,000-foot towers before in the Middle East, and we've done some really cool designs. We did a great design for FIFA for the World Cup with a giant soccer ball on top and a roller coaster went around it, but it just got too expensive in the long run.
We did once a Flying Dutchman,
right,
with a theater, a launch, a dark ride, and that was not kind of a tilt, but it was a flying coaster with a lot of special elements where you tell a certain story.
Right.
Yeah.
Never made it off the ground.
Never made it off the ground.
Oh dear! Why are both of us doing this? This was maybe not a good idea. Excuse me. At least we did this before we got our pizza and hot dogs and everything else. Yay, IAAPA. Yay, SBF Visa spinning kiddie roller coaster. I'm so nauseous right now. We've actually gone like 8 times, I think. Whew. All right, we survived.
Why do you think Hard Rock Park failed?
I think, number one, they were financially overextended in an economy that was super inflated. 2008 proved it. Look what happened around the world.
Yep.
Too much investment too soon.
Location, absolutely. Location, the ride heights, the proximity to the airport, the overall design and walk through of the park. They faced a lot of challenges right from the get-go.
There were marketing issues. They didn't work enough with local hotels. I got to say, the times that I went to that park, I couldn't find it off of the interstate. I mean,
Right.
the signs getting off the interstate, it was so hard to find.
The position of the park.
And it was far off of the strip. People go to Myrtle Beach to be on the beach. They play putt-putt. They're not there to spend $50 on a ticket, per guest, and those tickets were expensive even for the little kid.
The people that worked on Hard Rock Park were incredibly passionate, but I think there were just some basics from the standpoint of what it's like doing business in Myrtle Beach, which is, it's hard, has a potential for being very successful, but there are certain things about Myrtle Beach you got to understand and you got to follow, and I think there was a lot of expertise down there that had it been reached out to, maybe it would have been successful. It's a beautiful park.
All right, guys, that wraps up our coverage from IAAPA 2013. Hope you guys enjoyed the ride. We will see you back in Orlando next year.